So welcome to this kickoff actually of this program. I'm truly excited when I was invited by the team and Tarek particularly to join xFAB. The name was amazing, and the fact that it's really focusing on making companies future ready. Actually, when he said that we are developing women and making them future ready, I thought, well, aren't we talking about shifting the narrative? Actually, I think what we're doing here is making companies future ready by including more women in top management, because that's exactly what we need to think about. It is no longer a social cause. We're no longer talking or looking at this topic from the perspective of giving women more chances at the top. We are calling to have the feminine leadership, because for companies to be future ready, they need to have variety of leadership, they need to have diversity of leadership, they need to have balanced leadership. And that's what we are here to tackle today. So we'll learn about the archetypes of leadership. It's really an introduction. I mean, the leadership archetypes are full class, it's a full program, and we spend days, if not sometimes months in between the classes, because we need a lot of action planning. So it's really a very deep program, but today we're just going to give you a taste of that, or what it means. So what we learned, we're going to explore these different leadership stances, what we call archetypal perspectives of leadership. We're going to understand how we can bring forward a fuller expression of ourselves as leaders, and what is the value for that. And the third point is each of you here will probably at least start the reflection of what is your strong suit, what is the preferred style of leadership from these archetypes that you are using, and obviously where is your weakest link or the stance that you find challenges or difficulties into tapping into. At the end of the day, we are all different, and we are here to understand how we can have that self-awareness and how can we move towards balance. So we want to move towards diversity, we want to move towards inclusion, we want to move towards balance. Everything around us is shifting. Everything around us is shifting. Isn't it time that probably when we start shifting the narrative towards we want together to work on bringing balance to this agenda. We want together to be engaged as men and women to advance this gender agenda. And we want to bridge the gap, but probably we can find along the way that we want to have some rights that men didn't think about, or we want to really shift how things were managed by men or how things were acknowledged by men. So the idea is that the connotation of the word balance is more positive. It doesn't send that message that probably it's a rivalry and there is a divide and all of that. Plus, the gender balance agenda is not just a women's issue. And for us to really be intentional that we are here to advance it together, because everyone benefits from balanced work environments, everyone benefits from balanced societies. So when we start talking about balance, then probably we can engage, we can invite men in the discussion, and that's what Tawazun is all about, is about sitting at the table together, men and women, staying or steering away from gender-centric discussions, moving more towards human-centric discussions, because the world needs more discussions like that. The world needs more conversations that are just looking at the human side of everything. So it's really about leading with full potential. We don't want to lead like a man or leading like a woman, or have a woman lead like a man for her to achieve what she wants to achieve, or to advance that gender balance agenda. It's really about starting to think, how about leading with full potential? Leading like a human, like an individual. And that brings us to the archetypes of leadership. So what are the archetypes of leadership? They are inspired from the book and the work of the founder of modern psychology, Carl Jung. The book is called King, Warrior, Magician, and Lover. And from there we extracted these stances that are, and everybody who is listening to us today will identify somehow with these stances. It never fails. I've been running this program for years, and whoever listens to this can identify in their leadership style that they are part of one or other style. So we want to build balanced leadership. And the paradigm of balanced leadership means that we want to be tapping into both the masculine and the feminine attributes, regardless of our gender. Because at the end of the day, we want to embrace a fuller expression of ourselves so that we can tap into these stances whenever we need them. So we want to see that diamond shape that I have there on the slide. You want to be able to move in the four stances whenever the situation calls for a different energy. It takes time, it takes practice, it takes really an intention, conscious intention, to learn how I can move towards these four leadership archetypes. How can I build myself as a balanced leader? And so that was it. So I asked the question two different ways. What is the one thing or the one seed that you want to plant today that you think will help you become a more balanced leader? I'd love to hear or to read some answers from you.